Basic structure of the Constitution. Emergence of the basic structure. The question whether fundamental rights can be amended by the Parliament under Article 368 came for consideration of the Supreme Court within a year of the Constitution coming into force. In the Shankari Prasad case, 1951, the constitutional validity of the First Amendment Act, 1951, which curtailed the right to property, was challenged. The Supreme Court ruled that the power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution under Article 368 also includes the power to amend fundamental rights. The word law in Article 13 includes only ordinary laws and not the Constitutional Amendment Acts, constituent laws. Therefore, the Parliament can abridge or take away any of the fundamental rights by enacting a Constitutional Amendment Act, and such a law will not be void under Article 13. In the Golak Nath case, 1967, the Button Supreme Court reversed its earlier stand. In that case, the constitutional validity of the case 17th Amendment Act, 1964, which inserted certain state acts in the 9th schedule, was challenged. The Supreme Court ruled that the fundamental rights are given a transcendental and immutable position, and hence, the Parliament cannot abridge or take away any of these rights. A constitutional Amendment Act is also a law within the meaning of Article 13 and hence, would be void for violating any of the fundamental rights. The Parliament reacted to the Supreme Court's judgment in the Golak Nath case, 1967, by enacting the 24th Amendment Act, 1971. This act amended Articles 13 and 368. It declared that the Parliament has the power to abridge or take away any of the fundamental rights under Article 368, and such an act will not be a law under the meaning of Article 13. However, in the Kesavananda Bharti case cubed, 1973, the Supreme Court overruled its judgment in the Golak Nath case, 1967. It upheld the validity of the 24th Amendment Act, 1971, and stated that Parliament is empowered to abridge or take away any of the fundamental rights. At the same time, it laid down a new doctrine of the basic structure, or basic features, of the Constitution. It ruled that the constituent power of Parliament under Article 368 does not enable it to alter the basic structure of the Constitution. This means that the Parliament cannot abridge or take away a fundamental right that forms a part of the basic structure of the Constitution. Structure. The doctrine of basic structure of the Constitution was reaffirmed and applied by the Supreme Court in the Indira Nehru-Gandhi case, 1975. In this case, the Supreme Court invalidated a provision of the 39th Amendment Act, 1975, which kept the election disputes involving the Prime Minister and the Speaker of Lok Sabha outside the jurisdiction of all courts. The court said that this provision was beyond the amending power of Parliament as it affected the basic structure of the Constitution. Again, the Parliament reacted to this judicially innovated doctrine of basic structure by enacting the 42nd Amendment Act, 1976. This act amended Article 368 and declared that there is no limitation on the constituent power of Parliament and no amendment can be questioned in any court on any ground, including that of the contravention of any of the fundamental rights. Indian polity. However, the Supreme Court in the Manerva Mills case, 1980, invalidated this provision as it excluded judicial review, which is a basic feature of the Constitution. Applying the doctrine of basic structure with respect to Article 368, the court held that since the Constitution had conferred a limited amending power on the Parliament, the Parliament cannot under the exercise of that limited power enlarge that very power into an absolute power. Indeed, a limited amending power is one of the basic features of the Constitution and, therefore, the limitations on that power cannot be destroyed. In other words, Parliament cannot, under Article 368, expand its amending power so as to acquire for itself the right to repeal or abrogate the Constitution or to destroy its basic features. The donee of a limited cannot by the eye of that power exercise of the limited power into an 195 power convert into an unlimited one. Again in the Vaman Rao case 1981. The Supreme Court adhered to the doctrine of the basic structure and further clarified that it would apply to constitutional amendments enacted after April 24, 1973, i.e., the date of the judgment in the Kesavananda Bharti case. Elements of the basic structure. The present position is that the Parliament under Article 368 can amend any part of the Constitution including the fundamental. Table 11.1 Evolution of the basic structure of the Constitution. No. 1. Kesavananda Bharti case, 1973, popularly known as the Fundamental Rights case. Rights but without affecting the basic structure of the Constitution. However, the Supreme Court is yet to define or clarify as to what constitutes the basic structure of the Constitution. From the various judgments, the following have emerged as basic features of the Constitution or elements of the basic structure of the Constitution. 1. Supremacy of the Constitution. 2. Sovereign, democratic and republican nature of the Indian polity. 3. Secular character of the Constitution. 4. Separation of powers between the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. 5. Federal character of the Constitution. 6. Unity and integrity of the nation. 7. Welfare state, socio-economic justice. 8. Judicial review. 9. Freedom and dignity of the individual. 11. Rule of law, mental rights and directive principles. 10. Parliamentary system. 12. Harmony and balance between funder. 13. Principle of equality. 14. Free and fair elections. 15. Independence of judiciary. 16. Limited power of Parliament to amend the Constitution. 17. Effective access to justice. 18. Principles or essence underlying fundamental rights. 19. Powers of the Supreme Court under Articles 32, 136, 141 and 142. 20. Powers of the High Courts under Articles 226 and 227. $1. Name of the case, year. Supreme Court. Elements of the basic structure as declared by The. 1. Supremacy of the Constitution. 2. Separation of powers between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. 3. Republic and democratic form of government. 4. Secular character of the Constitution. 5. Federal character of the Constitution. 6. Sovereignty and unity of India. 7. Freedom and dignity of the individual. 8. Mandate to build a welfare state. 9. Parliamentary system.